cluster allows building more abstract data types, like a student, a car, or program data. It is simply a collection of different data types. To define a cluster, place an empty container and drag and drop different controls. You can copy controls with Control pressed. To make it smaller, right-click, Auto-Sizing, Size to Fit. You can also easily align elements inside. In the diagram, creating them is similar, but by default, the labels are not visible. To show them, right-click on Constant Visible Items label. As you can see, because of that, the process takes a little longer. Double-click to change it to a small icon form. Cluster should have a meaningful name describing its purpose. If naming a cluster is difficult, verify its purpose again. It is good to know that elements in a cluster are placed in an order, and this order is a part of a cluster definition. You can change the order of elements with Context menu, reorder controls in cluster. However, it should never be important for your program to rely on this sequence of data. In other words, you can add another control at any time during program development. Use those functions here to get access to elements inside the cluster. In the code, you can read values from a cluster element with unbundle by name, and you can replace a certain values inside a cluster with bundle by name. Connection from the bottom is also possible. Those two are most common and are used in different architectures like state machine. You should avoid using bundle and unbundle as they are sensitive to the elements order in a cluster. Context help shows you what is inside a wire. That's very useful. In general, every cluster you create should be a Typedef. It assures proper program development. Whenever you change the Typedef, every instance of the cluster will be updated in the whole project. To make a Typedef from a cluster, right-click, Make Typedef. You see the new element appears in project window and an icon is marked with this black triangle. Still, we need to save it. Right-click, Open Typedef, or double-click in the project window. The window of the control opens. Now choose if it's a Typedef or a strict Typedef. Both options keep proper data type. Then, save. There are clusters with specific qualities. For example, a numeric cluster consisting of only numeric elements is marked in brown. Boolean cluster is pink, so looks like a regular one, but it can be used with Boolean functions. Just like an error cluster, mark with dark green. We'll talk about them on another occasion. At last, an exception of using a bundle function. We may use it before showing data on the indicators like numeric, which can show more than one value. We can also use it with charts and graphs.